There's a hill out near Jackson Town where the earth still smells like smoke. Been 100 years or near enough, but the mountain remembers every stroke. It was August 1922 when the fire took hold below. A spark from a wire, that's all it was, and the Argonaut mine let go. "47 men went down that day to dig their piece of gold. 4,000 feet into the dark, where the air's as still as stone. When that fire caught the timbers dry, the smoke rolled fast and blind. The deeper they ran, the tighter it closed on the boys in the Argonaut mine.
Cause you ring that bell in Jackson Town,
Let its echo climb the pine. For the gold they took from the mountain's heart, the mountain took in kind. One fella reached the phone line up, said fire's coming fast below. Then static silence, nothing more, just a hum that wouldn't go. Foreman O'Brien, he'd seen it once, and he told them, hold your ground. Build your walls, boys, seal the smoke, don't let the poison down. They bricked their hope with pick and board till the air went thin and dry. And one by one the lamps burned out neath that black and breathless sky.
Help me ring that bell in Jackson Town.
Through 20 nights of pain, the women stood with candles lit and carved their loved one's name. They dug from Kennedy's rival's shaft, through rock, through dust, through time. But death was digging faster still for the men in the Argonaut mine. The papers wrote from coast to coast about the fire that burned below. A girl named Finney, young reporter, she told it soft and low. And folks back east, they bowed their heads like kin to every man, as mothers prayed by the locked steel gate and the mine boss washed his hands. Took 22 days for the drills broke through and the rescuers made the climb. They found the men all side by side like they waited for the sign. And scrawled upon the blackened wall by the light of their last flame was the message, farewell to all mankind. In each man's written name,
Ring that bell in Jackson Town.
let its sorrow sound like prayer. No justice came, no wages paid, just silence in the air. The fire burned deep in the Argonaut mine, and it still burns in our time, where the mountain took and the men gave all, down in that Argonaut mine. I worked them hills when I was young, knew men who knew their sons. They say the mountain sleeps in peace, but listen close, you can hear their hammer still. Now, if you're hearing this, you ain't just listening to a story, you're carrying it forward, same as every man who ever rode a road in these hills. So I got a notion for you folks in the Sonora A's on November 15th. Get those Model A's shine, fueled and rumbling strong, and take the drive out to the Kennedy mine. That's where the rescuers dug. That's where the mountain still keeps the memory, and that's where the story waits, quiet, but not gone. Go as a club, go as a tribute. Let those old engines echo where the drills once rang. 'Cause history don't stay alive in books, it lives in footsteps and in wheels, and in folks who care enough to show up. So fire 'em up, boys and girls, let the Sonora A's roll. And when you park beneath that head frame, tip your hats to the 47. That's all a miner ever wanted, to be remembered. Fire in the Argonaut Mine.
I'll go ring that bell in Jackson
Fire in the Argonaut Mine.